Así es, la promesa es cumplida. The promise is here, and people from Karel's Boxing and Fitness we have here. The pleasure, the honor to have today in this video series. The name is Life and Fitness, and our first guest in honor is Karel Cruz, former PNB dancer and former dancer. I want to just call you former principal dancer, because you've been in other corps, in other ballets. But let's talk about you. Yes, you have a huge career. So you are from Cuba. I'm sorry if we don't speak in Spanish, because obviously now with social media everybody can understand us. I'm from Mexico, hablo muy bien español. Él es de Cuba y habla perfecto español también, nos podemos entender. But I think now with social media everybody great in English, everything, and maybe one day he come back again and we do one special in Spanish. But thank you for coming.
Thank you so much
for being here with us. And how you come to Seattle, and how you, that first short story, how you come to Seattle to be part of the PNB, and tell us.
I came to Seattle in 2002. I was doing an audition tour around the country to see which company was going to fit for me. And then I have an offer here at the Pacific Northwest Ballet, and then that's how everything started. I joined the corps for a long time, and then finally by 2009 I was a principal dancer.
Yeah, we have the pleasure to see Karel in many other performances, and obviously it's far and beyond. And this conversation we have to have with him is to talk about life and fitness. When you discover, or when you know you want to be a dancer, at what age you start your career?
Yeah, good question. When I started dancing, I was about 8 years old, and then at that time I wasn't clear about if I wanted to be a ballet dancer. So when we switched from Pinar del Rio to Havana, and I get into the capital and I get to see the company perform, that's when I started to fall in love with ballet. I like the jumps and the turns and the lifts. So that's when I started, the competition was bigger too. So that's about 14 years old when I started to like ballet even more and more.
So once you discover, because obviously in Cuba, this is a question like in Cuba, the most, when people hear about Cuba, we mention Cuba, the first thing is salsa, yeah, the rumba, venga, cha-cha-cha. Why not explore that area? What happened? Why?
I think it's because the way I grew up with my family, I don't think my family was too much into that kind of field. They were more calm and relaxed. And then my aunt, she was a director of the ballet school in Cuba, in that section of the art school. So I was exposed to that, to art in general, a little more. And I have cousins who in the music field, so for me it was just more into that atmosphere.
So now talking about fitness, and we saw you on all this performance you do. You've been in Swan Lake, Nutcracker, and many others for to mention. You fly. You belong to the air. What is the achievements? What kind of fitness challenge you find? How you prepare for all this since you start the ballet?
Yes. This is a question that I get a lot, especially to myself. It's like, how did I get to where I am today? And then you look back and you realize we were lucky to have the training back in Cuba. The training in Cuba, especially for male dancers, is very strong. And then you look back and you realize how it paid back by this point in your career. Now, towards the end of my career, I understand that the physical preparation, it was very, very important, combined with nutritionists, of course. So I understand something that I didn't know before, how important it is to find different strengths and different muscles that we don't really use doing ballet, or we make it stronger by doing a physical preparation. And that's another part that has become very interesting for me, and I think that's why my career went farther than what I was expecting.
Yeah, because for example, if many of us we don't be very 100% involved, and but we visit, we present, we do presentations. Sorry, and it's amazing to see the form, the fitness achievements you have, but we never know what you do. Like you come to a gym and you see people lifting weights, or you go to a boxing gym, jumping rope, and practice what do you do in your normal day for prepare for your performance?
Yes, towards the end of my career, maybe in the last 5 years, I understand that Pilates was helping me a lot, and also working with the PT. It was giving us the specific exercises that were going to work for us and the injuries that we're dealing at the moment, or the weakness that we have. So we always go towards that right away. And then when you start working that way, then you start working another part of your body, another muscle. So it becomes your warm-up every day. So instead of just regular stretching before you start, you incorporate exercises into your warm-up. And you do many things at once. You warm up, you get strong, and then you get prepared.
Yeah, so do you, anytime you find people, like when you're training, like they give up because it's too much for them, do you have friends or people who go on that way?
Yes, I believe it happens to myself. Ballet dancers, we are on the studio all day long, so we are physically exhausted, especially in the end of the day. All we want to do is just go home and lay down. So it's really hard for us to incorporate another physical exercise or combination into ballet. So it takes a lot of discipline, of course, and understanding to realize that you actually need a little more in a different way.
Yeah. Your cardio endurance, your strength abilities on the stage, how much they require, like questions, basic questions. Do you smoke? Do you drink? How is your habits?
Yes, definitely. For me, no, I don't smoke at all, and of course that's a big no-no for me.
Yeah.
Especially if you wanted to be a principal dancer, and you do ballets like Swan Lake and Sleeping Beauty, Don Quixote. It requires a tremendous amount of stamina. So you basically have to lift when you're tired, you have to jump when you're exhausted. So, and you have to make it look effortless as well. So that's a big challenge.
Well, no, we're not caught. So this is my daughter is around here to the studio, so I'm sorry, but she's going out to her own classes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's what I said before. Nutritionists and the combination of nutritionists, discipline, and exercises all together to become a good result for ballet.
Like, just before to finish all this, obviously now you're tired, but how was like one regular day in the morning? You wake what time? What's a regular day, Karel Cruz day to go to PMB?
Yeah, when I was dancing in the company, I was waking up around 7, and then I get ready to have breakfast. And
what is your breakfast?
My breakfast will be coffee, eggs, and toast, a little bit of cheese, and that's it.
That's it. A little protein. And you? go to the ballet.
Yes, let's just go to the ballet, and of course I'm trying to find all my food just nice and clean, and it's very important for me, and that's one of the things I understand the most to having a clean food.
Yeah. So you have your breakfast, you get in the studio. So how long you warm up?
Yeah, I usually warm up, depending on the traffic, of course, the time I get in there. The longer the better for me, because I try to incorporate a lot of core exercises. I will go to the Pilates room and I just try to hit some of the machines in there, and then I go back to the PT room and I do another more exercises, and then and of course this is depending on how much you're rehearsing, how much you're dancing at the moment, so you modify the intensity of workout and warming up. But yeah, that was my routine. I just get in there, do a little bit of Pilates, do a little bit PT. Stretching is very, very important. And then you use the class as a nice, solid warm-up that is going to prepare you for rehearsal later on in the day.
So you arrive, like let's say like at 8 in the morning in the studio. What time you are done in your day?
Yes, dancer's schedule is all over the place. That's one of the things. We start class at PMB at 9:15 in the mornings, and then we start rehearsing around 11, and then you can either go until 6 or you can finish at 1. So you never know. It just depends on what you're doing and how the rep they're doing at the moment is going. Sometimes you're doing 2 or 3 pieces in the rep, so of course you have more rehearsals through the day, and the next day is going to be the same, and the next day and the next day. So or sometimes you're only in 1 piece, so you got more time to do other things for your body, and eating healthy and exercising.
And of course, fitness is not just physique. It's not just the body. It's not just the muscles. It's also fitness is also mental. Yeah. We as a public and as an audience, we saw movies and videos. Like last one, we saw the Black Swan, and we saw this documentary, The Dancer from Sergei Pulutin. And one of the parts there is the psychology part. How hard, how important is the psychology part to attack to you? How make to make ambitious or better, or just to be a good dancer? How psychology part is important for you?
It's super important. Maybe the most important part, I would say, is believing in yourself. Become the character when you're on the stage, the character that you're going to interpret. That's very important. That's mixing that together with the confidence that you feel on yourself, and it's beyond anything else. It's probably one of the most important part. For me, I find that was the one that's backing you up, especially when you're exhausted, when it's easy to give up, or when you can't really do anymore, but you still have to do a lot more. The confidence mentally is extremely important.
So so obviously now you are retired, yeah, but you're still active. You're still teaching. You're still. What is your projects right now? What are you doing now? Where the people can see you? Where the people can learn from you?
Yes, I danced my whole life since I was 8 years old. So this is what I love, and then I like to share this with the younger generation, trying to find a better way from them and a better career a little bit longer. So you don't figure it out how important it is to do these things like fitness and eating well and all of that together. Towards the end of your career, you can find that a little earlier. So my goal is to teach either privates or when they invite me to teach ballet for younger dancers or professional dancers as well, and trying to pass all that, whatever I learned in my career, into the earlier age.
So any projects to now we can find you doing? So we was talking about you have a website?
Yes, Lindsay and I, my wife, we have our dance line clothing, and it's wearsolo.com, and then we're working on dance wear and also athletic wear as well. So you can go and check it out, wearsolo.com.
I'm gonna post that link for all of you and on the video. And of course, anything you want to follow, so you can follow through the website, I believe. So if you have more questions, I know I'm not the professional person. I'm not a reporter. So this is just part to what we do in Chaos. Try to meet new people in different areas of fitness, boxers, dancers, lifters, anything they can give us the life and fitness feedback and learn from them, because obviously we don't want married only one style. And Karel, I want to say thank you for coming this morning here and give us a chance to know you a little more. Of course, it's much more to talk about you, because you have a long story. So you start for many years, you are doing more. But hope to have opportunity to meet you again and maybe see you doing work in other places, and you can invite us to come and talk. And if the people want to, this is more important. If you want to hear more from him or you want to know more from him, post and the video when we post this video, write something. If you want to see him more, you want to hear more about him, any questions you have, please post it, and for sure I'm going to be able to be here. Karel, thank you so much, and stay here, because we got to show you a little surprise from Karel Cruz. Thank you.
Thank you.
bien se aprende, jamás se olvida. Por ponche, cuatro golpes continuos. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pausa. 4 golpes. Hasta abajo, sienta el trasero hacia abajo. Eso.